And we're live. Welcome back to Nerds in the Gym. I'm Brandon.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Marco, and today is March 8th, 2021. Should we start rating the months again?
And we're getting our jollies off today, guys. Our jollies? We have no more jollies left because they're all off.
I like jollying off, too.
That's inappropriate.
Not cool, Marco. We're a family show.
Keep our jollies off, and you please keep your jollies on for the kids.
Keep your jollies in. Hold on to them. And don't let anyone take them.
No. Why don't you keep your jollies where God intended your jollies to have been kept?
I don't know what to say to that.
You jollies. So, we have a short podcast today. How's everyone doing?
Amazing.
Not bad.
You can see I have 2 drinks. I like to have 2 drinks. I like to have a minimum of 2 drinks, but a maximum of 4 drinks anytime I have a meal.
Is there collagen in any of those?
Yeah, this one has collagen, CBD, and MCT oil. And this is just bean juice.
Are you going on Vision Quest?
I'm going on a Vision Quest. This also has MDMT in it. So I'm going to be very friendly later on today.
Wow, that's an interesting mix. I've had mixed drinks before, but nothing like that.
The local authority, the local gym authority, said I could either take sensitivity training or I could take a light dose of MDMA every day. I chose the MDMA. Court ordered.
It's a bold choice.
Did you guys watch the Impractical Jokers this last week?
Yes.
Did we talk about this yet?
No, I think we did. This one, no, we haven't.
No, because we've been doing Mondays.
Yeah.
So did you guys know about the punishment ahead of time?
No.
Did you?
I did. So I found a clip on YouTube. And I thought it was just a commercial for that Shiny Signies company.
Uh-huh.
It was not. It was the punishment that they filmed at the end.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like a commercial for the product. It was just a piece of the show.
Right.
I
don't know when they released it.
What I would have liked to have seen was them actually taking showing clips of them going through all the legal hurdles to make him the spokesperson. Like all the guys sitting around writing the contracts. I said this last week, and I do appreciate that they are doing punishments that benefit the other guys. Like they're going to make money off of his, which is hilarious. That's the way it should be from now on.
But that's such that's such an uncomfortable thing to be the spokesperson of too.
It's hilarious. The problem is that he's more famous for Impractical Jokers than he's going to be for the butthole bleaching kit.
Yeah.
So most people are going to see his face, know him from that, and then the other people won't care because they're people that bleach their butts.
I like how they connected this all the way back to something that happened in season 4.
Right, yeah. It was a good callback.
Well, this is one of those rare times where you see the old Jokers episode and the new one at the same time.
Right.
How young they looked.
Yeah.
And also how shoddy the camera work was.
What's going on with Sal's hair? I feel like that must be for a punishment that they haven't told us about yet. Is he going to grow his hair out and make Murr wear that too? Maybe grow his beard out?
No, I think it's him just being afraid to go to the barber shop due to COVID. Because I think it's still like that right now.
Yeah, but your beard you take care of at home.
He's rich. He has the money to where he doesn't need to take care of his own.
Yeah, well, there you go. Marco, you just ruined your own argument.
No, I said he's rich. He has the money to where he doesn't need to take care of his own beard. So he pays others to take care of it.
Yeah, but that doesn't... You said that his hair was that long. God damn it, Marco. You said his hair was that long because he didn't want to go to a barber shop. And then he said that he has the money to cut his own hair, to hire a professional to come. So why is the barbershop excuse even relevant?
I don't think he just wants to be around anybody that would cut his hair.
Okay, but then he could do his beard himself. God damn it, Marco. He could do his beard himself. And then you said he could have someone come and do it. Either he's afraid of having people over, or he can do his beard himself. You choose one. You pick. I want you to pick right now.
He can't do it himself. He needs somebody to do it for him.
Sounds like we have a Sal defender.
You love Sal, don't you?
No, actually, Joe's my favorite Joker.
Oh, thanks.
No, that wasn't towards you.
Yeah, Joe is the best. Joe really makes it he adds there's a pageantry to his performance. He doesn't just do the task; it's a whole thing. He makes it as entertaining as possible.
What were
the
challenges this past week? They had another one. Those name game. That's right. And then didn't they have another presentation one?
They were teaching parents, right?
They were setting up a children's homeschooling thing, presenting how they should homeschool. But oh man, the name game when they did Egg Montoya, whatever the rest of it was, and that guy said he was like, "Oh, I thought you were talking to me," and then like he came up with this.
I'll tell you right now, I don't want to ruin this, but he was lying.
Yeah,
he was lying. He was lying about the egg nickname, but it was still close enough to be hilarious.
He was probably lying just so he could get in.
I think the Montoya was right.
The Montoya was right.
His last name.
But like he came up with some elaborate story of how it could have been egg.
Yeah, that was like what you do when we ask you stuff. You come up with some oddly specific, elaborate story that we know is not true. Oh, I got Brandon on that one. I woke Brandon up.
I don't think my stories are elaborate at all.
So, sorry, I keep interrupting. I had a lot of coffee this morning. But while we are less than 15 minutes into this recording, we should talk about how Mom heard the last recording.
Oh, yes. We should talk.
And then text. So she's also going to hear this recording of us talking about her hearing the recording of the last time.
We've gone meta.
We've gone meta.
So let's see.
So
do you want me to read what she said?
So she texted you.
Yes.
Yeah, she texted. This dumb doesn't text back. He just left it open in the air.
Yeah, that is right. But our mother sent a text saying, "I do listen to more than 15 minutes of your podcast, and I did not give up raising Justin."
For those of you that have forgotten, last week we made a joke about how she takes the same amount of care listening to this podcast as she does in raising her youngest son, her younger brother.
You said we. I don't think it was a we situation. I watched it.
No, you were there. No, you were a part of it.
I didn't say it, though.
Hey, if you're at the scene of a crime and I stab somebody, you're an accessory to murder. It's you. You were there.
That's not how it works.
I think it does.
Yeah.
I also fixed my audio issue over here.
Oh, good. Oh, so you're going to talk now instead of just sitting there and staring at us like you do at those bathhouses?
You got the Joe Gatto bug eyes. That's what you've been doing.
That's good. That's good podcasting, Marco.
This is me if I get plastic surgery.
I think you can just do that by like sucking into like a shot glass and holding it there for a bit.
I'm very handsome now.
Hey, how should we?
This is terrible.
Let's go back to the mother.
So you didn't talk to your mom at all about it? She said something that you always see.
I laughed. I replied with a laugh because it was funny, because it was a joke, and he just doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Is this a family group chat?
Nah, I guess is a subsect of the family. She texted both of us.
She sent that 5:10 p.m. She walked into the house like 3 minutes later and started talking to me about it.
Ah, so you talked to her in person about it. What'd she say?
That go?
She said the same exact thing as what she texted us to me in person, and I said, "Are you sure you didn't give up on Justin?" And then she's like, "No, I raised him just like I raised you and Joe." And I didn't really have.
I always thought I was raised by TV.
Well, yeah, that's what PBS is for.
I thought Bob Barker was my dad.
And then, and she goes, "I do try to listen to more than 15 minutes of your podcast, but after I sent that text to you guys, it shut off the podcast in my car, so I couldn't listen anymore." So then I said, "So you didn't listen to more than 15 minutes of it?" And
The fact he's even listening to 15 is impressive, to be
Yeah.
honest. I would expect her to last 5 minutes with our dumb and nonsensical conversations that we have.
the fact that that's how she's trying to spend her car ride from, like, her hour-long car ride from New York to here.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know if we should be tearing apart our one listener.
We're going to lose our one listener now.
No, we have, like, about 20.
All right, we can go back to Impractical Jokers. What was the... Oh, yeah, we kind of covered it. They only did 2. That's the problem with the new seasons. They only do 2...
Yeah, it's been like that since, like, season 5 or 6. They only do 2 challenges per episode.
I will say the nice thing about COVID is we don't have to do the behind-the-scenes stuff anymore.
Yeah, that was dumb. And, like, this week's episode, they had a after the fact. Why not just show that content in with the other content? I don't understand.
I'm okay with them going, like, the deleted scenes or whatever they do. Go back to
It's
it. I'm
okay,
okay with
but
it.
it just makes the score seem fake, right?
Yeah.
Because there were times when he laughed that weren't counted that we saw
Oh, okay.
behind the scenes. So it takes away from the feeling that they're actually scoring the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Was it the same?
Did you?
Was it the same group in that deleted scene as it was in the actual scene?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I think they just focused on the Jokers. I don't know if they
Yeah.
showed a wide
Because
shot.
I wonder.
Did you watch the video I put in the group chat?
No.
So
Ever.
I didn't think you would. But anyways, so Joe did a thing about how he's going to start doing the weather in Australia, which obviously is
saw
for a
that
punishment
on
called
Twitter.
Good Day, Mate.
Yeah.
So at 3 a.m. he's going to go live. So you know that's a punishment.
Right. Yeah.
I think it was. So I looked into it. It's supposed to start February 9th, so it already happened. But for some reason, the videos aren't on YouTube.
Right, because they're going to wait till the show airs.
Yeah.
They're probably on Australian YouTube. I bet if we had one of those onion routers, we could watch them.
And that Duma.
Which brings us to our next sponsor. You want to watch Impractical Jokers in Australia? ExpressVPN.
You love onions?
Did you know the government can track everything you look up online? Looking at you, creepo. ExpressVPN makes it that much harder.
You know what? You laugh. That's a.
We weren't laughing.
Well, you weren't laughing.
That
But
was for our sponsor, Marco.
ExpressVPN.
Marco, can I finish my read?
Oh, okay.
Can he read, because this is how we make money on the show, Marco.
Wait, we actually have a
Go
sponsor.
ahead.
ExpressVPN.com. Type in "nerds in the gym." You're not going to get anything except an error, but at least they know you're listening. All right, Marco, go back here.
Do you know how many people on YouTube actually have an ExpressVPN sponsorship? It's like every other video I watch on there, there's an ExpressVPN sponsorship.
Would you say that it's kind of like rain on your wedding day? Or maybe it's a free ride when you've already paid?
It rained on your wedding day.
Brandon, do you have any other things that seems like?
Like a good advice that he just can't take.
And who would have thought?
It figures.
Where you're saying I should get a VPN?
Yep, that's exactly what we're saying.
I'm saying it's pretty ironic that the platform that they're trying to bamboozle with their product is the place that they're advertising the most.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I don't know any of the other ones. Marco still doesn't know what we're talking about.
I don't even know what a VPN really does, but
right.
Marco, a sweet 2000 baby. He doesn't know what the heartache of the 90s.
He never listened to Jagged Little Pill in his car on a cassette.
All he knows is Ja Rule.
His classic rock is Ja Rule. He did tracks with everyone. He featured everywhere.
When he was 6, all I heard him singing in his room was, "Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way!" Marco.
I imagine it was one of those Now CDs, so it was that, and then Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth.
Oh my God! Do you remember Jock Jams?
I didn't have it, but I remember seeing the commercial for it on TV.
The commercials on TV were so funny. I pulled up the track list the other day just for my own enjoyment, and it was great. It has the "Everybody Dance Now."
The idea that they're just like, people love these songs on this stadium. They get amped. that they're gonna want to play them at home. Like Sirius had a Jock Jam station when I had Sirius.
Come on.
Like, how many times can you listen to Whoop There It Is?
How many accidents did Whoop There It Is cause on the freeway?
At least 1,000.
There it is.
Or I assume Welcome to the Jungle had to be there.
I meant no, they could never afford that. It was always like sea level. They weren't getting any big hits. They were getting all the stuff that you like accidentally listen to while you're at a sporting event.
Ridiculous.
And then they would splice in. Remember when CDs used to splice in spoken word in between the songs? So it would, like the beginning, it's a buffer from the boxing guy. Let's get ready to rumble, and that's like its own separate track. And then it went right into what's that song? You're unbelievable. Oh, dun 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 dun. That was on there too.
I'm gonna look up Jock Jam's track list real quick.
Yeah, pull it up. Let's talk about this. I'll pull it up.
I don't even know what this is though. I wasn't born in this era. Or wasn't around for this era.
So
somebody at the gym?
The big thing used to be compilation CDs.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh. So anyways, Joe knows what these are. So compilation CDs, you'd see commercials for them on TV. So like a CD price for like an affordable CD would be like $15. These would be like $30 plus for either one or two CDs, and they would have a theme. So this one was Jock Jam, so just songs you'd hear at sporting events.
Really?
Except this infomercial ran for probably about 3-4 years. I don't remember a time they weren't trying to sell the CD. Or you still see them once in a while now. They're called Now That's What I Call Music.
Yeah.
So they would take like the top 13 songs of the year and put them on one CD. And I'm pretty sure they got to almost the hundreds because they released them every year and then every couple months. And they were just expensive. They were not cheap by any sense of the imagination.
This sounds like Kids Bop, except you took the kids out of it.
Right. So Kids Bop came from the same era.
Oh, okay.
Kids Bop was ridiculous because they're just like, you love these songs. Now, listen to children sing them with edited lyrics.
Yeah, the songs would get pretty racy, too. So it was like, they'd have some songs on there that probably shouldn't have been on Kids Bop. When they started getting to Kids Bop double digits is when they started really having to scrape the barrel for song choices.
Well, I think they made somebody tried making a Kids Bop WAP version, and it was called, like, they talked about a burger being wet.
You can't even say that title in its full form. Say Kids Bop WAP, but actually say everything in it.
What do you mean?
Do it. Do it now.
So say Kids Bop and then say what WAP is. But don't use the abbreviation. Just say the whole thing, the full title.
Wet ass pussy?
Do it.
No. Say the
How did he screw that up?
What?
Marco,
Kids Bop WAP?
How?
No.
Now he's doing it on purpose.
No, I don't know what you're doing.
Kids Bop WAP stands for something. Say the full title.
Kids Bop WAP stands for something?
All right, moving on.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
We're back to Jock Jams. Imagine listening to this in your car. Tootsie Roll. Let me see the Tootsie Roll. To the left. That's like listening to Cotton Eye Joe in the car. Like it's a dance song.
Cotton Eye Joe is the worst song in the world.
I love it on New Girl when Nick, his favorite
favorite
song is Cotton Eye Joe.
That show is so good. Marco, you'd actually probably like that show.
What show?
I bet. New Girl.
Is Zoe Deschanel in that?
Yeah, she's the lead.
I've seen commercials for it then.
That's great.
That's the same thing.
Well, looks like you don't need to watch it.
Hip Hop Hooray.
Hip hop ho, hooray!
Hip hop, a hip hop, a hip hop, hooray.
There's nothing like a song that is just about the genre of music it happens to be in.
So I went to, it was called like the 90s mixtape tour. It was like 2 years ago. My girl wanted to go, and we were early on dating. So it was those guys. Who are they? Hip hop or Naughty by Nature. So Naughty by Nature, the New Kids on the Block,
Oh my god.
Salt and Pepper, Tiffany. Just so ridiculous. What they did was, so New Kids came out first, and they were the headliner. Played
Mhm.
2 songs left, and then for 3 hours they just rotated. They would come on and off stage, but you
That
realize,
so confusing for the Teamsters.
oh yeah, the Roadsters must have been so exhausted. But what was funny, again, not funny. I mean, good for them. But so Naughty by Nature, obviously they don't have hits anymore. They don't get to tour very often. You realize they only have 2 songs when they only get to come back twice. But before the show started, there's a teddy bear DJ that DJ'd 80 songs.
Yeah, of course.
That was one of the Naughty by Nature guys.
Yeah.
He was the hype man for a teddy bear. And it's just like, again, good for him for making money and getting booked twice on the same tour.
Mhm.
But it's just like, at one point he was at stadiums doing hip hop hooray.
You know what's
Partying.
crazy too? Is that guy probably lives in a house that we would consider to be a normal house. Like he probably lives on a cul-de-sac with other people. His neighbor is probably an accountant, and he was doing stadiums in the '90s, and now
yeah.
he's yeah.
I don't know too many people that were putting money where they're like, yeah, this is never going to end.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he like spent all that money, and now he lives next to somebody who owns a small chain of restaurants.
And then one half of hip hop hooray is just like, what if? Hear me out. I'll put the teddy bear costume on. You get pumped for me. You hype me up because I'm a teddy bear. And we spin other people's hits from the same era.
That's so absurd.
That was the only concert I went to where there was never a line for the men's room. I literally went to the bathroom 3 or 4 times, and there's literally no one in there.
Yeah, Marina tries to go, and she's stuck there for an hour.
The New Kids are like climbing into the stands. There's like almost like a mob rushing towards them. And I'm just like, I just found out about these guys last week.
Oh, you didn't know about New Kids on the Block?
I knew who they were, but like I couldn't tell you a member.
So I knew New Kids on the Block because of ELO.
The Electric Light Orchestra?
Not Electric Light Orchestra. LFO. New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick. Remember that song?
Yeah, okay. For the summer.
Yeah.
My thing is, if we sang these songs too good this episode, we're never going to get this up on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I have to wait to be. Fortunately, neither one of us can sing. You might be able to sing. Can you sing, Brandon?
You can't sing. You can only be 3 seconds.
Brandon, sing. Spit out a fast 16. You have a 16 that you're working on? Marco, 16 refers to a freestyle that happens in 4-line frames.
Oh.
Think a haiku, but better.
I couldn't even make a
sonnet
haiku.
You couldn't make a haiku?
No, I couldn't. I know it's 575.
Oh, I wrote a haiku recently. Hang on 1 second. I wrote a haiku about poisoning Marco.
Wait, why? Why is this a thing?
Charlie, I'm not questioning it whatsoever.
All right, Charlie asked me to.
Oh, Charlie did? Okay.
The boy, here it is. Here's my haiku about poisoning Marco. The boy grows stronger. Poison is the only way for me to survive.
Well, I guess I gotta take one for the team.
Yeah, I think
feel like you say that a lot.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take one for the team and eat this entire box of donuts.
Yes.
No one's asking you to do this.
No, except
I'm happy he's just talking.
Except the, people that don't want to gain weight. I'll gain the weight for them. I'll eat the donuts.
Mark, you should try to gain 100 pounds and then lose it in the same year. That would be hilarious.
That would be awful.
That would be great.
That would be a great segment for the show, too. Like, if you bumped up to 300 pounds...
Isn't that already a thing? Fit to fat to fit or something? You
should gain 100 pounds and lose 200 pounds.
I would be anorexic at that point.
Anorexic is not a physical state. It's an eating disorder. You would be emaciated. You'd be very skinny.
Yeah, I would be like 100 pounds.
I think this would go great. We do the promos for the gym where it's like a before and after photo.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's just what we need it for.
We could do weigh-ins. It would be excellent. Marco, are you willing to do this? It's your podcast. So
I'm
really,
not
you
willing
can
to gain 100 pounds and then lose 100 pounds.
And he said he'd
No.
take one for the team.
Yeah, no, we're losing. Actually, no, you're going to gain 100 pounds. You're going to lose 150 pounds.
That'd be so hard.
Joe already, Marco, you can counter. Joe already came down 50 pounds.
It's my final offer.
Uh-oh, is that a firm offer for Joe?
Yep, you're going to gain 100 pounds. This isn't really a deal because he's not getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
You got to gain 100 pounds. And then I want you to lose 150 pounds, which means that you'd have to lose all the muscle in your legs you gained from carrying around that extra 100 pounds.
I know. I would
you
just
mean
have to
carrying the
starve
gym on his
myself
back?
at that point.
You'd have to just lay in bed and not eat anything.
No, I would have to move around. I can't just lay in bed.
So think about the last 8 hours of your day, and when you sleep, you just have to do it for 4 more hours.
I can't do that. That'd be awful.
Marco, how's your Native American course going?
Well, we're talking about the Bible now. Genesis or something?
Phil Collins.
He's talking about the 80s band Genesis.
I imagine he does a whole report on it. It's just like, so when Peter Gabriel left the band and they couldn't find a replacement, Phil Collins came out from behind the drums and took over lead singing duties.
Marco, can you afford to just completely throw away a project for that class?
Oh, yeah, because they only count. So we get 100 points total in that course, and each assignment is counted as 1 point. So, yeah, so if I do a project, it only counts as 1 out of the 100 points. So it would just bring me down to a 99.
Please, next episode of the podcast, we are going to spend the whole episode making your Genesis project.
Okay, I think we're still going to be talking about it by then, hopefully.
Yeah, you let us know. Like, I want you to do the air drums. I want you to air drum just a whole sequence from a Genesis song. And you have to do it with your mouth.
And say this is the story of Genesis.
They also tried to replace Phil Collins at one point with a different lead singer in like the early 2000s.
Oh, really?
So I also need you to get very passionate that he was the best thing that ever happened to Genesis and that people don't understand him.
Didn't Phil Collins have a different band?
He had a solo career.
But Genesis, because it's so funny because they do sound very similar, right?
Yeah.
Like Peter Gabriel and
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins are basically the same person.
Similar. It's just kind of funny because there was a point where Phil Collins' solo career, again, I don't know if there's any music nerds out there, was rising and Genesis was still really popular. Mm-hmm. So he wrote a bunch of songs and he let Genesis pick 2 of them for their album and he put out the rest as like his self-titled album.
Yeah.
And they picked the 2 wrong ones. So all of a sudden Phil Collins just has a #1 hit.
Yeah, and
the Genesis put out a so-so album.
Yeah.
And they got pissed and he's just like, you guys chose him.
They should have chosen Shock the Monkey.
When in doubt, always shock the monkey.
Do.
All right, guys, we're running out of time here. Anything else you want to talk about before we head out?
Actually, I have a question for you. Tom Talk podcast. He had some football player on. Did you listen to
that? Which one was it? Deion Sanders?
Yeah.
I literally just listened to it last night.
How was it?
I thought it was amazing.
Is it worth a non-football player listening to?
I think so because they don't really talk they talk about football obviously, but it's nothing like technical.
Mm-hmm.
He just talks about how he's coaching kids now and how it's a little different and how he would never coach the pros. But there's a really funny part where he nerds out about stand-up comedy. He doesn't want to talk about football. He wants to talk about stand-up comedy the whole time. Yeah. So it's really funny when Tom's trying to talk football and Deion Sanders.
Hey,
I would look up some Deion Sanders clips before you watch it, just because he was so dominant.
Yeah, hold on.
So we're not going to talk about how he played baseball too.
They do, but
yeah, Joe, he was also a baseball player.
What is baseball?
A fake sport.
Think women's lacrosse, but worse.
But with men. So men's lacrosse. is baseball.
Yes, it's men's women's lacrosse.
Marco, describe what baseball is, but don't say the words bat or ball.
You just stand around and do nothing mainly. Occasionally, some athletic stuff happens, but it's
That you just described any activity ever. I want you to specifically describe baseball without saying bat or ball.
you run down a dirt path that is in the shape of a diamond. You try not to get tagged. Very boring.
So it's freeze tag.
Yeah.
I
somehow wasted 15 years of my life playing it.
Yeah, it's not like you learned anything about teamwork.
It's really dark. Marco's like, I lost everything to baseball. I lost my legs.
There's so many other sports I could have
legs.
played and had fun playing, and I got stuck with baseball.
You must have.
I wanted to be a dancer. All the cool kids were doing ballet.
Marco's dad walks in his room. He's twirling a ribbon around. Marco, what have I told you? He takes the ribbon out of his hand, puts a baseball bat. But I just want to dance.
He does the flash dance in the backyard when his dad goes out for like pizza or something. He's just
Everybody could foot loose. Footloose. Marco, turn that off. No music in the house. We only listen to Sweet Carolyn in this house.
He goes, we don't Kevin Bacon in this house.
No Kevin Bacon and no 6 people that know Kevin Bacon in this house.
They didn't have too much they could watch. Thanks a lot, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I don't want to be anywhere 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's 1,500 movies he did. One that had Kevin Bacon. That's the cheat code for that, if anyone's following at home.
All right, so you go through Philip Seymour Hoffman.
It's pretty much 6 degrees of Philip Seymour Hoffman.
So I like the game on Wikipedia, which is 6 clicks to Jesus. So you go to any random page and you have to click only 6 times and you have to make it to Jesus. And it's actually pretty easy. You guys should try it at home. That's your homework. 6 clicks to Jesus.
I'm going to write that down.
It doesn't have to be Jesus. It could be anything. 6 clicks to Muhammad.
You know stuff about religion, so you know your way there. I don't know how I would get to Jesus.
All right, you can do.
That's the game.
6 clicks to Jared Leto. He's kind of like your Jesus, right?
He looks like it.
There you go. 6 clicks.
All right, guys. I got to wrap it up. I don't. You guys get to end it here. Marco, you got class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Well, I have the audio on my end, so if I leave.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
All right, guys. We've been Nerds in the Gym. You have a good one. I'm Brandon.
I'm Joe.
I'm Marco.
All right, guys. Until next time.